there are new additions to live streaming. Okay, this is awesome. I should explore them a little bit more. Guys, I'm going to go through my breakdowns for UFC 298 from the prelims up until the main card. I'm going to break down all my predictions, especially the Costa pick. I know a lot of people were questioning me in the comment section and asking for me to actually break it down. But again, I basically explain why I decided to go with Costa. So I'm going to do all of that right now. Um, Hopefully, fingers crossed, my internet behaves today. So let me start with the first fight in the prelims. Maverick versus Lee. This is a hard one to pick, plus it's women's MMA, so it makes things a little bit unpredictable because both fighters are more or less evenly matched. But skill for skill, I think Lee is the better all-round fighter. The issue is I think Maverick is physically stronger, which will play a significant role in the grappling exchanges. And since both fighters don't have good takedown defense, I see this going to the ground because if it stays standing, Lee will have the advantage. My official pick is Maverick. In such a closely matched fight, I look at momentum and I think it is on the side of Maverick, coming off a win, young and trying to climb the ranks. Andrea Lee, on the other hand, is coming off three straight losses. She's 35, which is when the decline starts. So I will go with Maverick, but I think it's going to be 50-50. My subscribers went with Maverick as well. On to the next one. Elliot versus Woodburn. I have to pick again. Basically, I hate to pick against Woodburn because I want the guy to succeed. I think that the short notice fight against Nickel caught him off guard, but with that being said, I haven't seen anything that tells me Woodburn is going to win this one. Elliot has the ground advantage, and even on the feet, I think Elliot is the better fighter. Unless Woodburn comes back improved somehow or lands like a massive shot, I don't see him winning this fight, especially because Elliot has good striking defense. So whether on the feet or on the ground, I'm going with Elliot. So 80% he wins this one. I mean Elliot. My subscribers also picked Elliot. On to the next one, Quinlan versus Barlow. This is another difficult one because Barlow is a very talented, undefeated prospect with good striking and finishing abilities. The problem is Quinlan has a 100% finishing rate and was undefeated until he lost the decision to Waters in his last fight. So it is truly hard to accurately determine who wins, but I think I will go with Quinlan. In a close fight like this one, I will lean more towards the UFC experience that Quinlan got in his decision loss to Waters. But I think it's going to be 50-50. I would not be surprised if Barlow somehow wins. My subscribers also picked Quinlan. On to the next one, Zhang versus Ribeiro. This one definitely won't see the judges. Zhang has a 100% finishing rate. Ribeiro finished 14 of his 15 professional wins, but I think Zhang is slightly better on the feet and on the ground, even though I think both fighters are very well rounded. So 60% Zhang takes this one, but with so much finishing abilities between both fighters, it could go either way. My subscribers also picked Zhang. On to the next one, Nakamura versus Vera. Bro, Faron, how are you doing? Let me continue, guys, so that I don't take too much time. I'll answer questions at the end. Nakamura versus Vera. Carlos Vera is an extremely talented fighter, but I think Nakamura wins because Vera is primarily a grappler and Nakamura has a solid takedown defense, which means the fight will be on the feet. And on the feet, Nakamura will piece this guy up and probably knock him out. So 70% Nakamura wins this one. My subscribers also picked Nakamura. Um, Okay, let me unbutton one button then. Cool. Are you happy now? On to the next one. The Lima versus Taffa. This is a tricky one because all round, De Lima is the better fighter for sure. The problem is he's 38. And I know at heavyweight, age does not have the same impact it does at lower weight classes, but for me, it is a problem. Combined with the fact that he lost his last fight via TKO, and Taffa has a 100% finishing rate, it is hard for me to pick De Lima. In terms of striking, I think Austin Lane is better than De Lima, and Taffa knocked him out. And I don't see this going to the ground because Taffa has a good takedown defense. So 60% Taffa wins this one. However, the Lima is good and has a high finishing rate as well. So it could swing either way. My subscribers also picked Taffa. Polo Costa is winning. Yeah, I'm getting to that. I'm going to break my decision to pick Polo Costa in the later, well, obviously when I get to that fight. Lemos versus Dern. Um, Dern is no longer hungry, I think. I think if you are a beautiful straight woman in the UFC, possibilities of becoming a champion decrease significantly because UFC and MMA as a whole has a large proportion of male fans. So whenever there is a beautiful female fighter who isn't, for the women, I don't want to say the word, they receive a lot of attention from both fans and fighters, which then translates to sponsors and a lot of money, resulting in poor performances because they can make money without fighting a lot. When she started and when she was married, Dern was focused and was a killer. The moment she started wearing bikinis to pay-per-views, her dominance faded. Um, and trust me, I'm not complaining. I love watching Dern, but I don't think she will ever get into the top five. She has horrible takedowns. On the ground, she's an assassin, but only if she can get you there, and she is not good at taking people down. On the feet, she seems to be improving, but she is still average even there. If Lemos had good takedown defense, I think she would have beaten Zhang Weili, and that's my opinion. So I don't think Dern wins this one. So 100% Lemos takes this one. My subscribers also picked Lemos. On to the next one. By point, the Lemos wins. Yes, Lemos wins, my brother. Hernandez versus Kopylov. I think Hernandez is a good fighter both on the feet and on the ground. I just think Kopylov is better. I also don't see Hernandez successfully taking Kopylov down. So this will be another fight where Kopylov pieces up his opponent on the feet, but this might go to a decision. To avoid being taken down, Kopylov might fight cautiously. It's MMA, so anything can happen, but I think 70% Kopylov takes this one. My subscribers also picked Kopylov. On to the next one, Divalishvili versus Cejudo. Um, Here's why I think Henry will beat Merab. I think Merab is not on Sterling's level of striking and grappling. Merab is good with pressure. Technique goes to Cejudo. Whereas when it was Sterling versus Cejudo, I knew Sterling was the better striker and grappler, and that's why I picked him to over Cejudo. There is a good chance Henry knocks out Merab, especially on his grappling entries, because Merab's relentlessness also makes him predictable. So if you analyze how he shoots for takedowns and you create some type of counter, you will probably catch him because he shoots a lot. Plus, on the feet, I think Cejudo is better than Merab. And on the ground, I think they will be evenly matched. And because of the 3 rounds, I don't think cardio will be an issue for Henry. So I think 70% Cejudo knocks out Merab while he's trying to shoot for a takedown. Henry's getting older, so that might be an issue, but I still think he wins. My subscribers picked Merab. Tweezy, how are you, my brother? On to the next one. Neil versus Gary. Um, this is hard. This is a hard one as well. Personal feelings aside, Ian Gary is a talented fighter, but Neil has a lot of power and a deceptive ground game advantage. Although now that Gary is training out of Truth Box, so I don't know if Neil will still have that advantage, but nonetheless, on the ground, I think Neil is better. On the feet, I think Gary is better. However, the power advantage goes to Neil. An easy pick would be Jeff Neal because he is better rounded and has power, but momentum, speed, striking advantage goes to Gary. My official pick is Ian, but his takedown defense is not that great, and Neil might try to exploit that. But training with Charles Oliveira, I think Gary will be okay on the ground. So I would say maybe 60% Gary wins this one. But I won't be shocked if Neil wins either. My subscribers also picked Gary. The co-main event, Whitaker versus Costa. Yeah, let me explain myself. I was also shocked when my analysis picked Costa to win. I double checked and it says Costa. But after thinking about it, I think it is correct. Robert Bailey defended his belt against Yoel Romero, and that was a younger Whitaker who had a solid chin. Costa is a better striker than Romero with the same power and size. He has been training for Hamza Chimaev, so he's probably better both on the feet and on the ground. And here's an unpopular opinion. I think Costa is a slightly better striker with power than Whitaker. Even if Costa doesn't get a knockout, I could see him winning round one and two, and that time off will make it easier for him to take big shots without going down. Robert was knocked out a couple of months ago, so I think 70% Costa wins this one. My subscribers went with Robert Whitaker. On to the next one. I'm good, Tweezy. I'm good. I'm going to be answering questions if any of you have them once I'm done here with the main event. I didn't like Ilya's I didn't like Ilya's post-fight. What do you call it? Pre-fight press conference behavior, man. It sucks because I picked him, and because I think he's the better fighter, but man, his behavior is messed up. Anyway, on to let me get to the main event. Volkanovski versus Topuria. If it was any other fighter, it would be easy to pick, but it's Volk. And Volk is one of the hardest working people with the ability to improve significantly quickly. I picked Ilya not because Volk lost. Even if Volk somehow beat Islam, I would have still picked Ilya because I think Ilya is the better fighter between the two with power. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I said because I think Ilya is better. I said, or rather, guys, I'm reading my notes, so they're messing me up. So let me just focus on saying what I wanted to say here. I think Ilya is a little bit better everywhere, right? Remember when what do you call him? Alexander Volkanovski was fighting Yair Rodriguez. I personally feel like if Volk didn't grapple Yair Rodriguez, I think he would have lost that fight. To me, it looks like Volkanovski is slowing down significantly. And because of that, I feel like Ilya Topuria is going to win this one. I'd say 70%, I think Ilya takes this one because he has the youth, he has the power, and I think he is more accurate in terms of strikes. As long as he doesn't struggle with Alexander Volkanovski's kicks, I think he should be, or rather, he should be fine. He should do really well. My only concern is I usually look at how people are during press conferences, and I didn't like how Topuria looked. Because when someone is too cocky, it's a signal of something, like they are hiding something. That's something that I've noticed in the period that I've been predicting fights. Even if you look at people like Costa and all those type of things, like these people have been doing these type of things whenever they have something that maybe they have some type of an insecurity or whatever the case is. But nonetheless, my pick is what do you call him? Topuria. Um, I don't know. A lot of you logged out, so I guess maybe you are happy you got. So I think maybe I'll also log out. If any of you have any questions, just let me know because I'm about to log off. If you're just logging in, I just finished predicting all the fights. You can go back and watch the whole stream. I'm super excited. I'll try to do a couple of streams throughout the week just to. I want to do more streams and yeah. But for now, I think I'm done. You guys, deuces.